learn more about this imaginary lines. Okay, now students, for example, this is our earth, right? Just for example, this is what our earth, right? The equator, this is the center line, that is called equator. This center line is called what? Equator, right students? So this equator divides our earth into two parts. This equator divides our earth into two parts. One part is northern hemisphere and another part is southern hemisphere. Okay, one is northern hemisphere, one is southern hemisphere. So this part is northern hemisphere while this part is southern hemisphere, right? Oh, of course, the direction of north is this side, right? So this side is northern hemisphere and this side is southern hemisphere. Now students, whatever, right, we can say the north part is known as northern hemisphere and the southern part, south part is known as southern hemisphere. As it divides into two halves, right? So what it makes? It makes Tropic of Cancer, Arctic circles, Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic circles. This all are what? Imaginary lines. Now students, Tropic of Cancer and Arctic circles comes in which direction? Northern direction. Arctic circle and Tropic of Cancer comes in northern direction, while Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic circles comes in southern direction. Now the degree of that directions are very easy to identify. Okay, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn will be same, that is 23.5 degree north. Cancer will be north while Capricorn will be south. 23.5 degree will be south. In the same way for Arctic circle and Antarctic circle the degrees are same. 66.5 degree towards north and 66.5 degree towards south. It means for Tropic of Cancer it's 23.5 degree for north and Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degree south. In the same way Arctic circle 66.5 degree northern hemisphere while Antarctic circle 66.5 degree southern hemisphere. So in this all are imaginary lines that you can see in the globe. By this we can easily identify the directions. Okay, and now students, it is said that sun rays directly falls, means it falls straight on Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So always the temperature will be always high in such areas. Okay, as the sun rays falls straight directly. Okay students, it's simply one line. Okay, like this. Okay, it's simply one line. Now 180 degree longitudes are known as international date line. Okay, as they have measurements, right? So in that 180 degree longitude is what? Is international date line. It passes through Pacific Ocean. So it passes through what? It passes through Pacific Ocean. And whenever, okay, for just for example, if this is Pacific Ocean, okay, so it passes through what? It passes through Pacific Ocean. So whenever any place, okay, or whenever any longitudes passes or crosses this line, okay, it means what? Day and night takes place. Or we can say that because of international time, there is change in what? Change in time as well. Okay. Now as it is zigzag, if it is straight, it will be difficult to identify the time. So it will create more confusion. So because of that, the lines are what? These lines are imaginary lines that you can see only on globe. right? Not on our earth. So these are imaginary lines. So to avoid the confusion, to give the means for the proper timing, right? What they have, how they have created the line? They have created the line in different pattern, right? So it is in zigzag form, and that is why the time is stable in one country at least. For example, if in India it is 12 a.m. in India everywhere it will be 12 a.m. right? So the time will remain same for particular country. Right, so this happens because of what? Because of international dateline. And what are international dateline? International datelines are 180-degree longitudes, that are imaginary lines. Now students, this is about international dateline. Now we are going to learn about different zones. Now you might be thinking that what are zones? Now we have different temperature. Weather condition are different, temperature is different, climate is different, yes or no? So how we can identify the place? So we can identify the place by different zones. So there are 3 types of zones, students. How many types of zones? 3 types of zones. One is torrid zone. Now torrid zone, if any place comes in torrid zone, it means there will be excessive heat in that zone. Whenever any area comes in torrid area, it means what? Excessive heat. What? Excessive heat. Torrid zone is equal to excessive heat. Right, the temperature is very high. Okay, now temperate zone. Temperate zone means, students, moderate climate, hot and even cold. Moderate, it means it is balanced, average, right? Average heat and average cold. It is balanced, kind of balanced temperature, right? In temperate zone, what? The temperature is balanced, not even excessive cold and not even excessive heat, right? So the temperature is balanced. While last zone is frigid zone. Now in frigid zone, students, it's excessive cold. What? Excessive cold. So area lying in frigid zone is always covered with snow and it's very cold area, right? So such area comes in which zone? Frigid zone. So students, we have learned 3 types of zone. One is torrid zone, one is temperate zone, and one is what? Frigid zone. Okay. Torrid zone is equal to excessive heat. Okay. Temperate zone, it means moderate average heat and average cold. Frigid zone, it means excessive cold, right? Frigid, fridge, right? It's excessive cold. In the same way, we can say that even frigid zone, it has excessive cold. So such region has what? Excessive cold. So we can identify the region by different zones. So there are how many types of zones? 3 types of zones: torrid, temperate and frigid zone. Now students, we are going to learn about day and night. What we are going to learn about? Day and night. How day and night takes place. Now students, we are going to learn about eclipse, right? First we will talk about solar eclipse. Now solar eclipse, right? What it is, this happens because of the movement of the earth and the moon. Now you know that our earth revolves and rotates around the sun, right? In the same way, moon also revolves and rotates around our earth, right? And even around sun. So solar eclipse, if we talk about, first we will talk about solar eclipse. It occurs when the earth, means when the moon is between earth and sun. Now in this solar eclipse, you can see the moon is between what? Earth and sun, right? Because of the shine. Okay, as moon shines a lot, right? Because of that shine, the rays of sun, right? Because of that shine, the rays of sun could not reach to what? Could not reach to earth, and there is darkness everywhere. right? So that is what, that is solar eclipse. Of course, if the sun rays, the rays are hidden because of what? Because of the shine of moon, as moon is in between earth and sun, right? During solar eclipse, not every time, okay? During solar eclipse, the moon is between earth and sun. So at that time, earth could not get enough light, okay? And the place remains darker, right? So that condition, that situation is what? Solar eclipse. Now students, lunar eclipse. Now in lunar eclipse, the earth is between the sun and the moon, right? Now in this, what happens? When the sun rays are falling, yes, as earth is in between, so you will not be able to see moon, right? Or you can see the moon partially, right? It means chota sa moon, right? Right? So sometimes you have seen like this, or sometimes you cannot even see the moon. आपको moon दिखेगा ही नहीं. So that is what lunar eclipse. That occurs why? Because the earth is between moon and sun, right? So that is why the people living on earth cannot be able to see the moon. Okay, so these are two eclipses, that is solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. I hope that this is clear to you, right? In online session, I'll show you the video related to this, right? So it will be more clear to you. In this way, students, we have completed this chapter, right, about the earth, our habitat. The chapter was very big, right? So means it takes a lot of time, right? So because we have covered about earth, we have covered about solar system, we have covered about 9 planets, we have covered about types of motion, we have covered about latitude, longitudes, we have covered about international dateline and major other latitudes, that is Greenwich, and we have covered about day and night, we have covered about season and about eclipse. So this is the end of the chapter, right? I hope you understood the chapter, students. If you have any doubt, you can call me or message me anytime, okay? And if in next session we are going to start with a new chapter, and that chapter will be of history. That is chapter number 1, sources of history, right? That is also very interesting chapter that we are going to start in next session, and I will be sending some extra question answers of this chapter, okay, as a notes that you have to complete in your notebook, okay students? So till that, keep learning, stay home, stay safe, bye bye, and take